What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku and this will be the first IRL video I've done in at least 7 years, but we're going to be doing a full overview of the MSI NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 Ti 12GB Gaming X Trio Ada Lovelace graphics card for my main rig. We're going to be going over it, what the specs are, etc., how to install it and all that sort of thing. I will say a disclaimer, I'm not exactly Jay's 2 cents or Linus Tech Tips, so I don't have the most expensive equipment ever to record videos at this time. But we'll make the best of what we can. And this is a voiceover, so you can actually enjoy the video, but I will be talking at key points. This graphics card comes with 7,680 CUDA cores, 2,745 MHz of boost clock, and also 12GB of DDR6X memory. Inside the box contained the RTX 4070 Ti graphics card, but it also came with the instruction manual, which was absolutely useless, by the way, so you may as well just throw that away. But it also came with a twin power cable for the GPU connectors, and it also had the bracket to hold the GPU in place, which we will speak about later for important reasons as well. For video purposes, my case is already off. The top, the front, the back and the side tempered glass is all taken off so you can see inside. Right now you're seeing me taking out my 1070 Ti Asus Turbo graphics card, which will actually go into my little brother's PC later on in that day. The card still works like an absolute gem. Obviously I just wanted an upgrade to the 4070. To safely take it out, you're going to have to press down on the clip below the graphics card and then also unscrew the side parts. You'll see me here now trying to put the 4070 Ti card in my case, and I'm not going to lie to you, the absolute size of this card is huge. I cannot really demonstrate on video how big it really is, but it's absolutely terrifyingly huge. And trying to put it in, I wasn't even entirely sure if it would go in, if I'm completely honest. But as we're trying to put it in, you'll see me line this up for a good like 10 minutes straight. Yeah, make sure you press the clip right down on the motherboard before trying to put your graphics card in. And then just try and line that up the best you can. And then when you think it's perfectly on it, you want to press down just a bit so you can hear it click in. You definitely need it to click in. Now we're going to be talking about the Gaming Trio bracket that was inside the box. This has been talked about online quite often by loads of people commenting that it absolutely does not fit for the 4070 Ti, it's just a piece of like wasteful metal. And I figured, well, either I'm going to prove them right or wrong, so here I go installing it. You'll see me lining up and then trying to install it. It took me quite a while because it was like screws through the actual case itself and it was very annoying to actually sort out. However, at the end of it, I did realise that, yeah, the comment sections that I've been seeing are absolutely correct. This Gaming Trio bracket was absolutely not designed with this 4070 Ti in mind. This was actually in mind to like try and hold up the 3080s, etc. like that. And this the 4070 Ti has such a curve to it that it doesn't work whatsoever.
Bruh.
Well, waste of metal and waste of time from MSI. I'm really disappointed that MSI has like not designed one specifically for this card, or just don't even put the bracket in. There's no point. It is literally a waste. Now you're going to be seeing footage with my graphics card back out again, and you're probably wondering what the heck, and this is why I don't know if I said it actually at the start, but if you're trying to follow this video on how to install it yourself, you should watch the video first rather than like just follow along, and I'll tell you the mistakes and stuff that happen. So for one, that bracket was awful and it just doesn't fit, and second off, these little cubic things that keep the dust out of your graphics card out the back, I forgot to take them out before putting the graphics card in, and one fell out behind my motherboard, and I had to take out the graphics card, and I had to take out like a lot of my PC just to get that back out. And now you can watch me endure the struggle of putting the graphics card back in again. So just to note, you want to take out the little cubic black things that are in your display ports and HDMI ports at the back of the graphics card. And just in case I haven't actually mentioned it, you get one HDMI port at the back, and you get 3 display ports at the back. Now notice I already have one GPU power cable at the bottom right of my case there hanging out. However, we are going to put in a separate second one so that we can plug 2 separate ones into the twin cable for the graphics card later on. Shout out to my buddy Body Shots for this information. He does crypto on his YouTube channel, but he recommended that you use 2 separate cables to flow the power through rather than just use one cable with a twin head, as that is much better. Now you're going to watch us try and shove this single head into the graphics card itself. Now this is quite a shunt. Like, you really have to push this in until it clips properly, because there is so many graphics cards that have like set on fire because the wire hasn't been pushed in properly. So if you're doing this yourself, make sure you absolutely press this in hard enough to the point where it at least clips. Then after that, you're going to plug the twin heads into 2 separate cables. Make sure you absolutely do 2 separate cables. Doing one twin head cable is not the play here. After a little bit of inspection to make sure that it's all connected, we boot up the computer to realise that our graphics driver has been completely reset, because obviously the 4070 Ti is like fresh in the computer and it doesn't recognise it, and it absolutely it makes my 4K screen go absolutely bizarre. As you can see us launching up, it's a terrible camera angle, I do apologise, but we launch up GeForce Experience and install the new drivers, and as you can see it looks amazing, it's all working perfectly fine. And now we can crack on with putting the case back together, etc. Tried to get like an upskirt angle and it's not good, but I mean, you know, I'm filming with a phone, alright, I'm sorry. Before putting all the casing back on and stuff, we're just going to use our air compressor, and we're just going to clean out like any dust that might be around the place. Make sure everything is turned off, nothing is on, because I've seen some absolute disasters happen. When using air dusters like this as well, make sure the can is level. Do not tip the can, and make sure you only tip the straw, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Don't tip the can, alright? It's bad. After all is cleaned up and we've got our tempered glass back on, we're going to go to the back panel and sort out all the cables. Now just look at that. Now I know what you're thinking.
Why don't you take some time to savor the front?
What are you hiding from me?
So there you have it, that's my absolute beast with the 4070 Ti fully installed, and that's how you do it if you want to do it as well. Obviously, like I said, it was good that if you watched the full video before doing it yourself, so you knew the problems with the bracket and also you know about the power cable issues. Now for my fellow nerds who have lasted this long through the video and you want to know all about my rig, which by the way my rig is my baby because I built it from scratch, I'll start off with the stuff that you can't see first. For starters, the Genius GX Gaming SWG 2.1 Thunderclap bass gaming speaker system is what I actually use for my PC, and it is phenomenal. I actually don't have any stats for these, but they are phenomenal if you wanted to have an amazing audio system. The monitors I use are ASUS 28-inch 4K gaming monitors with low blue light and flicker free, and the headset I use is the Astro Gaming A40 TR wired gaming headset plus the Mixamp Pro with it as well. And like I said, everything I use here is absolutely phenomenal. You can also look at all these stats. I could probably put links in the description to all the stuff I use in my own computer if you are interested in using it for yourself. The last thing you probably wouldn't see on the list is the Cooler Master MasterAir MA624 Stealth CPU Air Cooler Dual Tower Heatsink, which is the CPU cooler. Instead of using the water coolers like a lot of people do, I went for an air cooler that's absolutely massive and honestly topples most water coolers. My anxiety is too high on when it comes to water coolers because I just have the absolute fear that it could just leak at any moment and you just never know, and it could just absolutely wreck your entire PC. For the power supply, we're using the Gigabyte P1000GM 1000 watt 80 plus gold certified fully modular power supply. And when it comes to the 40 series cards, at least the 4070 Ti, I'm pretty sure you need at least 750 watts minimum. So I went with the 1000 obviously because we go big or we go home. The motherboard I'm running is the MSI B450 Gaming Plus Max Motherboard ATX, and it comes with a USB 3.2 Gen 2 stuff. This board has actually been incredible, and I've even not really thrown it about, but I've taken it out of the case and put it back in multiple times. It's taken some bumps and scrapes and it has absolutely not had any problem. The RAM that we're running is the Patriot Viper Steel DDR4 64GB of RAM, which is absolutely phenomenal as well. I only use about 30% of it all the time. However, I do use obviously a lot more of it when I'm in game development in Unreal Engine, etc. Obviously not everyone is going to need 64GB, but that is what is in my beast. The chipset I have in it is the AMD Ryzen 9 3950X, which has 16 cores and 32 threads, which again, for video editing and game development and stuff, those threads, they come in clutch. So, that's all of that. Last but not least, for the storage devices, I have the Samsung 970 EVO Plus 1TB, and that is specifically for the boot drive. I don't use anything else on that. I have my main boot on it and the main programs. I don't have any games or anything on that at all. That is literally just for booting. For games, etc., I have the Samsung 850 EVO 1TB 2.5-inch solid-state drive, and that is on the back. And then for more bigger storage, I actually have the Seagate BarraCuda 8TB hard drive also installed as well. That's pretty much it, guys. Obviously there's your stats and there's my amazing baby. But hopefully you could follow this if you were trying to do it yourself, or hopefully you enjoyed the video if it's just something you wanted to watch. I'll quickly add some clips and photos to the end of this video so you can see how amazing you can really see with the ray tracing on, etc. whilst playing something like Forza Horizon 5, and I'll add a blooper at the end as well because it was quite funny. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. My last notes will be 1. The MSI bracket, that is really disappointing, and 2. Where's the stickers, MSI? Alright, I opened the box, I was expecting some goddamn stickers with something that cost me over $1,000. Jesus!